No, we're gonna go Cincy. We're gonna go Cincinnati. We're gonna use Joe Burrow. Play it on all Madden. Relocation, all user only, no pre-existing injuries. I usually turn that off. I usually run 10-minute quarters. Weekly training, can use auto. Turn those off. Alright. I like it. I think it all looks good. Let's go ahead and change our role to the owner. Financial bubble. There we go. Alright. That's our team, our owner. We're probably going to relocate them as well, just to get new unis, because why not? And we'll see. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. Let's go ahead and relocate. Straight up, get that part done. Let's go look at the roster first, and then we'll go look at like free agency and things like that. So obviously we have Joe Burrow under center. Joe Mixon at running back. I mean, depending on how he does this year, we may look to move on. I think we're gonna move AJ Green here early because I'd like T. Higgins to. I want T. Higgins to develop into the #1 guy, with Tyler Boyd being the #2. So I think we're gonna go ahead and look to move him early. I like Billy Price. I like Jonah Williams. That's the only one they had. It didn't really add anything else. Trey Hopkins was that. Bill Philo's a vet. Yeah, they didn't really add any young piece on this line. Redmond was that right? Alex Redmond, he's a vet. So I mean, they really didn't add any big young pieces to the O line, which is what they kind of need. So we could use a better tight end. Defensively, here's where we get interesting. I love Logan Wilson. That was a great draft pick for them. It's going to be a huge play for us. Jermaine Pratt, I think, can play that second middle linebacker spot really well for us. We need better outside guys for pass rushing purposes and stuff like that. Honestly, we're going to look to move a good chunk of... We're going to keep like DJ Reader, Carl Lawson, and probably Sam Hubbard. But I think we're going to move Geno Atkins and Dunlap. I think it's just they're getting older. I think it's about that time they get moved on. So let's go ahead and check out free agency. There is one guy I kind of have in mind that I really want. So, maybe not here. The hell? Did he actually sign? You know what? Or am I just tripping? Did he not sign? Did he sign? And I just missed it? Let's see. He's not signed, so why? I mean, do they have him on the... Do they just have him on the team? I was looking for Jadeveon Clowney, y'all. Yeah, I was looking for Jadeveon Clowney, but I didn't see him. Let's see if he, if they just put him on a team. I mean, that might be the case. Maybe they just put him back on the Seahawks. Oh, they didn't. So, did they just let the game sign him before I got a chance to even think about signing him? Or am I just wrong? Devon Harrison, Marcel Darius. Man, oh, he's not signed, so why is he not appearing? I was thinking about signing to Devion Clowney, but he's not here. So I don't know what that's about. And there's really nobody else up here that I really want to. So yeah. Well, that sucks, but whatever. Guess we just don't have the Devion Clowney. I'm really confused by that. I don't know. Let's start with the guy that has been in a ton of move talks. AJ Green. He's a big body receiver, but he's always hurt. And this team, at this point, I think we just need to buy into being young. So we're going to look to move him. He's going to want to play for a title contender, and I think the most realistic move would be sending him to a title contender. Like, right here. I mean, he'd be the easily #1 receiver in this group of guys right here. What could they offer us in terms of usefulness, though? Anything? D. Ford wouldn't be a terrible guy, but I doubt they give him up. Let's, I don't need a safety. Alright, we're going to keep them in mind. So San Fran's the #1 option. We'll probably end up trading them for like draft picks. What other contender needs wide receiver help? A team like Baltimore could be huge in running for him. Ferguson, Tyus Bowser, Patrick Queen, Malik Harrison. I like the idea of a youngster like Jalen Ferguson out of La Tech. He's only a second-year guy, but he'd be a nice little pass rushing outside linebacker for us. Or even Tyus Bowser, I think, could fit that mold for us well as well. I think if we had to choose, we'd probably go Ferguson. Let's keep looking, though. I just want to see if there's any other teams that need a wide receiver that might have what we're looking for. I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible landing spot for him either, the Colts, but they don't really have what we need. That's not a real Colts spot for him, though. Trying to send him to a contender. I don't hate the idea of Chase Winovich, man. Chase Winovich could be the move. He'd be huge for us on the outside as well. No, you know what? I think in the end, moving him for draft picks is going to be the most realistic move. I'm trying to keep this a realistic franchise. So we're going to go with a second-round pick. They don't have salary cap, okay. Who was the other one we looked at? The Ravens. The Ravens have plenty of salary to take them on, so we'll take probably their first round. They want a little more, so we'll give them just to sweeten the pot for them. We'll give them AJ in a 6th, and they give us their first round pick. I'm with that. That's a really good pick for us. I think it helps us in the long run of things we want to get done. Now on to the fact that the 32-year-old guy we want to get rid of, and Atkins, 31-year-old we want to get rid of, and Carlos Dunlap. Because I think Sam Hubbard and Carl Lawson can good enough ends to service us. They both got star devs. They both should be good, or at least good enough. Josh Bynes is another one that I just don't want, but we'll deal with him for now. Let's see what we can get for Geno. Geno's another one. You gotta send him to a contender if you're gonna send him away. Tennessee's looking to make moves in this division. Let's go with really nothing there unless we go third rounder. I'm happy with that. Dunlap. The other guy we gotta move is Carlos Dunlap. Preferably, I'd like to move him for a player, though. Your player, that was the name. Marlon Davidson. That's the rookie out of Auburn. He's a big body. I like Marlon Davidson. Alright, let's see what the Panthers have here. Turbos Matos. Maybe another guy that we end up having to move for a draft pick, unfortunately. Honestly, no. You know what? Where's he at? Let's get Ryan Anderson. They'll give me Ryan Anderson and for Carlos Dunlap. I'm happy with that. That's a good deal for us. We're going to move Ryan Anderson to the outside linebacker spot. So let's go ahead and look for another outside linebacker in free agency, though, just to fill out that spot for us. I mean, if we gotta take one, I don't hate the idea of Preston Brown. Or even a Darren Lee. What about an end that can move over? I like Jimmy Jernigan. I really like him. I mean, if we are going to sign a veteran, I wouldn't hate a Jamal Shear there. Let's do that. I'm fine with bringing in Jamal Shear there. Honestly, we're going to bring Timmy Jernigan in as well. We're going to play him at deep tackle. That'll work. We'll have those two guys there. And we're going to go ahead and move some positioning around. And we're going to make this team our own. Josh Barnes is going to be a depth linebacker for us, to be honest, a depth middle, because I really don't want him playing my outside. Alright, we'll go ahead and do this, and we'll move the rest of our positioning around, and for those on YouTube, we'll be right back. Alright, YouTube land, we are back with our final depth chart to start the season at least. We're going to run T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd here. Hold on 1 second. Y'all are going to probably heard all this music, but I'm going to turn all of this off. I'm honestly just going to turn it all off because... Okay, there we go. That way we're not getting hit with nothing. Alright, anyway, back to the depth chart. So, as I was saying before, this is the depth chart that we will be going into week 1 of the season with. We're going to run T. Higgins at the 1, Tyler Boyd at the 2. I think that's going to be a good fit for us throughout. Honestly, John Ross is pretty much obsolete in this lineup, but we're going to run Alden Tate as our slot guy. He's a little bigger, but I think he'll play well. We're going to run this defensive look to start. I think, especially these two guys in the middle are going to be big. Ryan Anderson has a huge chance of playing a lot of great stuff for us. For some reason, I got to go put Timmy Jernigan here. But defensively, we're going to run that look. For the except for Jernigan, I'll throw him in as the other. Who's doing our kick return? I forgot. Darius Phil. Actually, we're going to put John. That's where John Ross is going to get his playing time. He's going to be in the kick return game. See what he can do for us there. Special teams, we're going to run Mackenzie Alexander as our slot guy, with Trey Wayne's going to be his backup, but he's also going to be playing the outside. We'll run that as our setups. Like I said, I think this has a lot of potential, so we're going to see for sure. I'm going to go to the depth chart real quick, put Timmy Jernigan in, and then we're going to sim to the regular season, where we'll play week 1 soon. Let me do this. Put Jernigan. Alright, so we'll run that. So yeah, we'll sim the preseason and do all that good stuff. For the people on YouTube, this will be the end of episode 1, so I'll see you guys on episode 2. Till then, I am King J, and I am signing off.